Hello guys, good evening. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I just come back from work, and because here I love eating a fresh food from the farm. So I'll be harvesting a few vegetables that we are going to use for our dinner, and also some fresh maize, because some of the maize have started maturing. So especially the ones that I planted, the first ones, the rest are yet to fully mature, but now these ones, now I can be able to harvest them. So let me harvest, and then I will go back to the house to start preparing dinner. So here, most of the farmers, most of them, their maize are mature. So I am one of the late farmers that planted their maize and even beans late, because majority of the farmers have already harvested their beans, and now we are the second lot of farmers that are yet to harvest beans. Like me, I'm yet to harvest, but my beans have already matured in the farm. So it's just, I think I'm going to harvest in the next 3 or 4 days, when I get some time, because I always like when I'm harvesting majority of these crops, when I'm present, so that everything is done according to the way I want them to be done. And most of the time here in Kenya, majority of the farmers, or majority of us, plant almost during the same time. So I believe, especially here in Western Kenya, most of us have fresh maize. But some farmers harvested their fresh maize like a month ago. So we've been having fresh maize in the market for the last 1 month. We've not been receiving rain for the last, I think, 5 days, and most of my vegetables I've been watering them so that they do not dry. And let me harvest some sugarcane, just to quench the thirst, and also the kids wanted some sugarcane, the smaller ones, because the older, my son is yet to come from school, so only my two daughters are around. So I'm going to harvest also the sugarcane, but my sugarcane now is not the one that is as softer. That's why you rarely see me eating the sugarcane. Most of the time, the sugarcane is eaten by the farm hands. So that is the only time we harvest sugarcane here. So I'm also going to harvest the spring onions. So here, most of the time we use spring onions for our food, but also we sometimes buy the bulb onions. My bulb onions are yet to fully mature. They are remaining like a month, then I can start harvesting them. So also this year my cabbages did not do so well. I only harvested only like two a little bit bigger cabbages that were not destroyed by the worms, and I don't know what else destroyed them, but I've been managing to get this small size of cabbages. I think for the last 1 week I've been harvesting the smaller ones. But the good thing of being a farmer, you can never get out of the farm without harvesting something. When you plant something, you'll just be sure that you'll harvest something at the end of that season, the season of that crop. So let me wash all the vegetables, then start preparing dinner. But before I wash, let me also harvest some of the spices that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use oregano, I'm going to use the thyme. Our thyme are not so big, but I'm going to pluck a few leaves, and then some of the mint, the ordinary mint, and also the lemon mint. I'll skip the tropical mint today because most of my family members are complaining of the taste of tropical mint in food. But for tea, I always use the tropical mint. And also for fish, you can also decide to use tropical mint for your fish because it brings out a very nice taste in your fish. And because today we are preparing, we are going to have duck and rice for dinner. So I reared ducks here, but they're not in plenty because last year thieves came when I was not around and they stole like 15 of my ducks. So I've remained with only 4 of them. So one of the ducks was flying. It kept on flying through the roof, and most of the time when your duck does that, it wants a male that is very active. So our male duck is not very active. It is becoming a little bit older. So we want to replace it with another male duck. So the moment I saw that, I knew that this duck will disappear and we'll never find it again. It has happened like 3 times for mine. So it flies until it goes to a far distance that it cannot come back. So when I saw that, like yesterday, it slept on top of the roof of our house. So I decided that today it just had to go. So some of the maize I'm going to boil and some I'm going to cook together with our duck. So I slaughtered the duck yesterday. So it has remained. We are always here. That's what we always do. You slaughter a duck today and then you cook it tomorrow after it has drained all the water. And all the kitchen waste, I always dump them here in the farm, or you can decide to dig a hole and then keep on dumping your waste when you're adding some soil. And when you do that, you're going to create a very nice compost manure. One of the things that are really surprising me here is the celery. It grows very fast. I harvest it like in 3 days. I have to harvest celery here, and it is only one, but the leaves are very big. I think celery is one of the easiest herb or spice to grow in your garden. It grows very fast. The only thing I'm yet to know is to how to propagate it, but the rest, it is the perfect spice or herb to grow in your garden. And you can use celery in so many things. You can use celery in salads. You can use celery in making celery juice. You can also use celery for cooking. So here I use all those ways in my celery. So I can decide to make a salad with it. I can decide to make celery juice, celery, lemon, and then cucumber. Very nice juice, very healthy juice. Or you can decide to use the celery stalks in your food. Perfect also. So let me cut the vegetables that I'm going to use so that when I start cooking, I'll not be cutting anything. And then boil the maize. So some of the maize I'm going to boil, and some I'm going to cook them together with our dark meat. So most people say that duck meat has some little bit of some smell, but for me here, the best way to cook your duck is when you slaughter it. Do not cook it immediately. Let it drain all the water, or you can decide to roast it first and then cook it. That's the simplest way you can cook your duck. But there are some areas like my sister who lives in the coastal region, they cook duck meat immediately. But the secret to that, when you're cooking your duck meat immediately without draining all the water, when you fry all your onions, all your spices, and then you put your duck in your sufuria, you just let it cook with its own water at a very low heat. It can even take for an hour, just like that, and then do not add any water. That's how you can completely cook your duck meat without it producing some smell or a different taste, the way people say it. But for me here, I'm used to cooking duck meat because I rear them, and it is very simple to prepare. So I'm going to put the spring onions, let them cook for a little bit, then add all the other vegetables or the other vegetables that I have already cut them. And then after it has cooked a little bit, I'm going to put my duck and then cover it without any water. Let it cook until you feel like the water has gone down. That's when you can add some soup or any other thing. Maila, menda babu. So as our duck is cooking, let me have some tea break. I'm going to, because our maize is already cooked and because it is fresh, very fresh and very young, so it cooks very fast. So let me take some tea as I wait for our duck to fully cook. So I'm going to take my tea as I also prepare cook rice. Rice is very simple. I always cook my rice with my pressure cooker. My electric pressure cooker is very simple and very easy. So as it cooks, I'll be taking some tea. So now all the water has gone down from our duck, and you can realize the duck still has some water. That's why I always say when you're cooking your duck, please do not add extra water in your duck meat. Let it cook with just that water, and that's when you will see magic in your duck. And also I did not put it on high heat, so the heat was lower so that it slow cooks, and that is the easiest and the best way to cook your duck. So this is the stage you can add the herbs. You can decide to at this stage to add now your coriander. Let it simmer for a little bit and your duck will be ready. And that's how I've cooked my duck today. Very simple and very easy. So that is how I spend my evening. Just simple evening routines, washing utensils. I did not show you how I wash utensils, but I've washed my utensils, then cook, and then help the kids to do homework, and that is it. So thank you so much for keeping me company. Right now here in the evening, let me serve and then we take our dinner. I've also cooked ugali for the dogs because they feed on just simple ugali with some soup meat and the puppies some milk, and that is it for us here. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched this video till the end, thank you so much. Please remember to like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and you will be blessed. So thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. For now, it's bye bye. Thank you.